there. You're currently watching my first YouTube video content, I guess. I'm an influencer. I don't know. I don't like that term. I'm just here to show some projects I work on around the house. And if you find it interesting, great. If not, not going to be mad if you close this and hop out. But if you stick around, be nice if you could leave a comment. Let me know you're here. And maybe we can see how my skills change and evolve over the number of projects I have planned in this house. So let's get on with it.
So what we're going to cover in today's project is some shelves to put up in my office. Since I work from home, I typically am on calls all day long and have a background that I'd like to be nice, and so I'm attempting to build some floating shelves for everyone to see on my calls.
The previous owners had converted the garage in our backyard into a carriage house. I was initially using it as storage for some of our larger power tools, but didn't have much space inside the carriage house to do work. That's why you see me dragging the table saw and miter saw out and setting it all up outside. Once I was set up, I was able to get started. Measure twice, cut once, right? Keep watching, and you'll see me pay for not doing this later. Since this is the first time you're viewing my content, I thought it would be fitting to tell you a little bit about me. I was originally born and raised in Norway. My dad is Norwegian and my mom is American. When I started high school, my parents moved myself and my siblings from Norway to Michigan, where I went through high school and graduated from college. After graduation, I moved back to Norway and taught in the public schools for a few years before starting my own business as a cultural integration coach for expats moving to Norway. After a slight downturn in the industry, my business was hoarding. I moved back to the States and landed in Austin, Texas. That is where I met my husband while he was still in the Army. After a major cross-country road trip in his RV, we moved in together in Austin and got married almost 2 years ago. We have 2 little pups, Peanut and Bean, who are the opposite as 2 dogs can be, but so cuddly and loving as well. They definitely keep us on our toes. Peanut is the perfect little angel, the first pup of ours. Bean has zero tolerance of anyone who even looks at her. She's quick to bark the most vicious bark that can come out of a 7-pound dog, but is easily lured with a tasty treat.
How are you?
Good. Trying to make some progress.
That's great.
After reset on the Google routers is a little weird.
Oh yeah?
You have to do it twice.
Really?
So the video I was watching was the guy was like, you gotta keep doing it. And he didn't seem to understand that. And then I found some instructions that were yeah, you have to do it twice for it to actually work.
That's crazy.
Where you hold the button down while you plug it in.
My husband and I both have full-time jobs, and we're fortunate enough to be able to work from home. This means we also spend nearly 24/7 around each other. It's been normal for us for the past 5 years, and it works great. It also means that we frequently talk to each other about things we accomplished throughout our day. Remember when I mentioned the importance of measuring twice? Well, I should add, it's important to remember that the depth you had planned was including the brace for the brackets holding the shelf in place, not in addition. So let's talk about old homes and uneven walls. This long wall here gave me a run for my money. In the middle of where I wanted to mount the shelves, there was a significant bow in the wall. I couldn't see it until I had screwed the center screw into the wall and went to screw in one of the sides. I was stuck on what I needed to do to fix this and still have the shelves where I wanted them to go. Unfortunately, I didn't record this, but I ended up scribing part of the brackets and then adding shims as well to get the shelves to sit flush up against the wall as best as possible. Thank God for YouTube. It definitely took a few videos to watch and a couple of tries before I got there. Once the brackets were all up, all I needed to do was cut 1/2-inch plywood to the length and depth of the brackets, added them on top of the brackets, then did the same with a 1/4-inch plywood and added those to the bottom. I finished off the shelves by adding a 1x3 trim around the fronts and sides. I've actually had these shelves up for a year now, and I absolutely love them.
Well, I hope you liked checking this project out that I worked on. As you can see, it's still here a year later, and I'm actually loving it quite a bit. It has all of me in it, but it looks good on business calls, client calls. I always get compliments on it. I do have a few other videos that are planned. A lot of them are from when we first moved in, which has been about a year now, but this is new to me, so I'm figuring out how to create content and share it with you guys. So be patient. There's going to be more. Hopefully I can do this every week. And any feedback, any positive criticism, I don't like those negative trolls, so you won't be responded to, but anyone else who is here to help, I will welcome that. So follow along, hit that subscribe button, and like if you like the video, leave a comment. Aren't those the things you're supposed to say as a YouTube creator? Anyway, thanks guys. See you next time.